Hey, kitty. Hey, kitty. Hey, Tiger. Say hello to the camera. This is my sister's cat. His name is Tiger. And he is addicted to attention, but he's also the sweetest cat ever. I have cat hair all over my face. Hey, Tiger. Rude. Look at him, he's trying to get my teeth. It's April, it's the end of April. Maybe I'll give you like a bit of a studio tour, which is also cluttered. I should probably tell you a little bit about myself. I don't think I've done that yet anywhere because I feel awkward talking about myself for some reason on a camera. Well, let's see. My name is Binta. I live in Portland, Oregon, have my entire life. I have always loved painting and drawing and wanted to be an artist. And I also work a day job. So I work with numbers all day long, and then on the side I am an artist. This cat is getting all up in my business, but he's pretty cute, so I'll allow it. Let's see, can we do this interview together? Tiger, what do they want to know about me? What should we tell them? Doesn't care. So I am an artist on the side, trying to build that up a little bit. I've always been a little bit insecure about that, just because there's such a strong narrative around artists being like the starving artist. It's that stereotype, like if you're an artist, you're gonna starve and you're always gonna be suffering and this and that, yada yada. And honestly, like that really got to me. Like, that's the narrative I heard kind of growing up. It's not true. I went on a studio tour around Portland and met a lot of other artists and saw their studios and how they worked and got to talk to them, and I was like, wait a minute. People are actually doing this, like regular people. Like, I thought you would either be a starving artist or you could be like a super famous artist with a lot of money and a lot of clout. So I met a lot of really cool artists who are regular people who just happen to do art full time. Like, that's their job, but they're able to like buy houses and pay their mortgages, houses with backyards, which is like huge for me, very important for me. So it really is possible. I have met these people in real life. They exist. You can be an artist who is not starving and is buying a house and having children and supporting the family. There was one woman I met who worked really hard to be an artist for like 10 years, and then everything started taking off kind of, and she has a couple kids, she has a husband, and her husband actually quit his job to help her with her art business because it made more financial sense. Gosh, I've been talking a lot. So what am I all about? And what is this channel about? I want to share my art, share my process of creating, probably some other projects on the side, like when I get back into designing and sewing my own clothes, I want to share that, and just like in general, like getting my life together. I've been doing a pretty good job of that in my opinion already, but like there's still some work to do. So, oh yeah, and the garden. I love gardening, love growing my own vegetables. Oh, and chicks. Yeah, we got some baby chicks recently, about, let's see, 5 weeks ago now. We got day-old chicks. So much fun. Highly recommend. All right, time to meet the chickies. I'm gonna close the door so the cat doesn't come in here and kill them. Hey, chicks. These are our 5-week-old chicks, and we made them like a little box palace. They need to move out, like soon. All right, so taking a little field trip into the backyard. I wanted to show you the coop that Kyle's been working on. Here it is. Can you see it? Here's the coop so far. We built it on this cement block foundation. We turned a couple of these to the side for drainage, just in case. We have very clay-rich soil. So just in case it somehow fills with water, we wanted there to be a way for the water to drain out. We're gonna make a little entrance for them, a little ramp to get inside. Ooh, the sun's coming out. Gotta build the roof still, and like the lane boxes and all that. And then under here is like, this is definitely gonna be like a little dry area. Hopefully we'll fill it with some sand or something, so that they have a spot to take dust baths. And then this whole long area that's to the right of the house We're gonna put like a roof on that and make it into like a covered run so they have a lot of space. We want them to be a little bit spoiled because we can't always take them out, and we definitely have hawks around here and coyotes and all kinds of things. So hopefully we'll have some extra time and be able to build like a movable run. I know we'll have time. We'll make the time. What are we talking about? Hopefully it's gonna happen. So like a little run on wheels that we can move around the yard. They can help fertilize and aerate the soil and eat grubs and things, and we'll probably like let them into the garden a lot. I know like there are some concerns about chickens like eating your starts and your vegetables. That really hasn't been an issue at this point. Like we've been starting a lot of stuff in the garden as it is, and okay, there have been a couple times, like most recently in this past week, where like they pecked at something that we were like, no, don't peck at that, but like it was really easy to just shoo them away from like the peas and the young tomato starts. All the really tiny starts, like the lettuce starts and kale starts, like for some reason they have zero interest in them except to trample them. They love stepping directly on the plants that we planted, but yeah, beyond that, like they really haven't been that destructive. So far so good. Anywho, alright, so I wanted to share a tiny studio tour. I wanted to get this like really organized before I did this, but realistically that's gonna take me a long time, so so this is just a pile of stuff that needs to be dealt with, half-finished paintings and whatever. I work in the basement. I use like half of the main basement room for my studio, and then the other half, oh, I don't want to show you, it's like storage and laundry. Got some prints and like cards and envelopes just stored in random boxes that I've collected over the years. Some printed cards, paperwork stuff, my business cards, some stuff that I use when I have shows, like I have like receipt pads for physical receipts. I think these are little comment books, stickers and things, just like storage. This is like packaging supplies blocked by half-finished paintings. Up here I've got like some blank canvases. What's in here? More cards and stickers and prints. Paint brushes and pens and things, and paints, pencils, pens. Oh yeah, these Micron pens, I love them. I just got some. They are super fine tipped, waterproof, permanent, and I think like, yeah, it's archival ink, so they're not like, they're just high quality. I love them. I love them so much that I got two. Actually, that's not why I got two. I ordered them and then I thought that the order just wasn't like, I don't know. I thought it was like lost or canceled, and I was like, but I need them now, and well, that's what you get for being impatient. Bunch of acrylic paints again, some clear sealant that I use when I'm done with my acrylic paintings to seal them. Got some hair dryers and rags down here. I use the hair dryers when I'm feeling particularly impatient and want to dry things quickly. Random stuff like huge pieces of watercolor paper, old paintings from the college days, random stuff that doesn't belong down here. Like, what is this, wrapping paper? I need to put that somewhere else. I'm trying something new here where I wanted to take my usual style of abstract acrylic paint, but like break it up with these like sharp lines and also just like into segments, like almost make it more geometric. This one's one that I don't know. I was working on it a long time ago, and then I was like, I don't know what to do next. And then just the other night, I added all these little dots, which I really like. These are such free flowing shapes. And then the dots are like, they're round, so they kind of still have that organic feel to them. But at the same time, they are a lot more structured. Like, it's almost like way more of a human touch. And I like that contrast. So, I'm playing with the contrasts. Oh, I leaned on my table and heard something. I was like, what? Who's in here with me? Nobody. I hope. That'd be creepy. I definitely use like these old yogurt containers for my water because, like, I don't know, like, use what you have. It's free. Pencils from middle school that are completely shattered. Here's my pile of socks covered in paint because, yes, I use old socks as my rags, my painting rags, because once again, why pay for something when you have something for free? It's great. Very economical. Piles of paintings. These are some that are pretty much finished. Like this one here. You know, I've had like a love-hate relationship with this one. I loved it and I like wanted to do this huge abstract painting, and then I really didn't like the way it came out when I did all these fine white lines. Those are done with gel pen, by the way. That's usually what people ask me about, so I may as well just say it right here, right now. Yeah, I really hated it. It was like, I ruined it! And then I just let it sit for a few months, and now I'm like, wait, I think I actually really like this. This is another one, which I have had a love-hate. I pretty much have a love-hate relationship with like all of my art, but gosh, now I'm just fulfilling stereotypes about artists, huh? This is like an old, interesting self-portrait from when I was like 18. Look at my crazy eyes. I need to figure out a better way to store these. What's this? Oh, it's another painting that's finished. And this one, I really like this one. I did that all with a palette knife. A little cityscape that I did. I'm kind of experimenting with this like half-finished look again because I don't know. I think I usually ruin my paintings. I try to take them too far and then I ruin things. Whereas here I just like surrendered to the creative process and like, I'm in love. I'm in love with this corner here. I love it. And this hot pink paint. The hot pink acrylic paint is like my best friend. And I like how the background's coming through these buildings. I thought about like really defining the buildings, but I actually like this, you know, the paint dragged across the canvas in that way. Kind of gives it like this raw feeling. I don't know. I'm into it. So this is basically my little workspace, my studio space. Working on getting it a little bit more organized, and I kind of want to make it like almost more homey and like warm and welcoming. I would love to have some plants down here. I bought a fern specifically so that I could have it like in this area or in some other low light area in the house, and it would like survive because ferns can handle low light situations. But I haven't moved it down here. I'm like secretly afraid it will die. I don't know if I have anything else to say. Cool. So I was talking about these paintings earlier. I saw these when I was going through the studio. Pretty much all I needed to do was seal them. I hadn't quite finished the edge painting of this one, but then I was like, what am I waiting for? So I just painted the edge of it, and these are just sitting by the door. There's one that I just sprayed with sealant that's sitting outside waiting to dry, and then these ones are up next. So while I'm waiting for those paintings to dry outside, the ones that I'm sealing, I'm just hanging out in the kitchen having a cup of tea and sketching a little bit. I have realized I don't really use a sketchbook ever, and that's too bad. It's like, it's such a good way to practice what you're doing, practice drawing elements that you're not used to or things that you're not used to. For example, like right here, the last thing I drew is this little peony, and here I have like a little vanity, some takeout food. This is the cactus that I'm missing. I left it in my office before we had to leave, and I don't know. I thought I'd be back. Never mind, good thing it's a cactus. I just wanted to try out these little scenes from life that kind of show a human element without having a human in the picture. I always think that's interesting. Like, sometimes I'll just like stand in my bedroom and stare at it and be like, if someone came in here and looked at everything that I have, but like had never met me, what information would they gather from that? I don't know. I think it's an interesting mind exercise, so this is kind of an extension of all that. I do believe it is time for me to spray my next painting, so adieu. I think we're nearing the end of the day here. The sun's going down, it's getting dark outside. I finished up the afternoon with a little chicken field trip to the garden, getting them some exercise and fluttering time, and you know, hopefully we'll be ready for them to move out soon. I'm gonna make some blackened tilapia for dinner with some orzo noodle salad on the side and some lettuce salad. And I don't know, take it easy for the rest of the day and start fresh tomorrow. All right, I don't really know how to end this, so bye.